Hey everyone, Tyler here with Gilded Reviews. Today we are taking a look at Full Metal Furies, the new multiplayer game from developer Cellar Door Games. Full Metal Furies is a masterfully crafted co-op brawler that brings excellent mechanics, smooth skill-based combat, and story-driven content to a genre that is normally a button-mashing mess. Let's go ahead and get the basics out of the way. The game features 16-bit graphics and lively animations. These work well with the genre, and the overall aesthetic of the game is pleasing. On the sound side, everything seems to be in place. Just to let you guys know, there are no voiceovers, but the game makes up for it with great music and an overall upbeat and comical nature. That leads me into the game's story. The story is well written, fun, and worth reading. That being said, it is not necessary to read everything. The game's map is set up as a node system, telling you exactly where you need to go and what you need to do next. This makes it nice if you just want to sit back and enjoy the game's combat. Speaking of the combat, it is fantastic and really sets this game apart from the masses. Currently, there are 4 characters to choose from, and they all play very differently from one another. In solo play, you can choose 2 different characters and can swap between them seamlessly. This is nice because the game will throw guys at you that have colored shields, protecting them from anyone other than that character. Don't worry though, the game knows what tune you are using and will only throw out enemies with the appropriate shields. This adds a lot of cooperation in multiplayer. But in single player, it adds an entirely new element to the game. It's a nice change from the typical beat 'em up mechanics. Leveling your character is done through a basic purchasing system. If you have enough gold, you can get the talents. Mixing up who you play is not only easy, but also recommended. If you grind up levels on one tune, the others get a reduced cost for the same levels. It balances itself out nicely, making sure you are grinding less and progressing more. These levels mostly provide buffs to your health and damage. However, some talents will unlock an additional power for one of your skills. Your gear can also level up, increasing the overall damage or defense of the item. Each character has 4 different slots for gear. They also have 4 different pieces of gear to fill those slots. You find blueprints for this gear during the campaign. There is no crafting, it's just a blueprint to be able to purchase the new piece of gear. The gear is what dictates the skills you have available. For instance, the warrior can have high jump boots that create a large crash zone on the ground, or boots that suck enemies towards her. It really just depends on what you want to do and how you want to play the game. This is by no means a super difficult game like Dark Souls or anything like that. However, it is harder than your average dungeon brawler, and how easy it is severely impacted by your personal skill. This is really the highlight of the title for me. The combat is smooth, unique, and addicting. Fighting enemies is just plain fun, and the challenge will keep you trying over and over again. Every attack is not only directional, but also has a cooldown, and jamming on buttons just doesn't work. You need to know who you are attacking and what attack you are using. Each character has 4 skills that they can use. There is a basic attack, an AoE or special attack, and 2 more defensive skills. Each enemy also has their own types of attacks and abilities, and learning them all will help you immensely. It is not a daunting task by any means. There are enough enemies to keep new ones coming throughout the entirety of the game, but not enough to overwhelm you. This is because of how the developers progress the enemies. I can't remember exactly how many there are, but I would be willing to bet there are at least a good 15 to 20 basic enemies. These guys all have upgraded versions of themselves. This isn't a typical upgrade either, where they increase their health and change their color. The game gives them upgraded versions of their skills they had before, and some get crazy hard to anticipate and dodge. The multiplayer is a blast and is very unique compared to the other games in the genre. Making the combat more skill-based sets you up for some awesome combos you can only accomplish in multiplayer. And while multiplayer is one of the best parts of this title, it also raises the biggest issue. The only way to play with someone is to have a friend that also plays it. There is no matchmaking system or lobby system at all. The developers have said they are looking at adding a lobby or matchmaking system in the near future, which will be a very welcomed addition to this already fantastic title. It does also offer couch co-op, which will be great for when my kids are a little bit older, or if you have friends nearby that can sit down and play for a while. Overall, an average playthrough will net you an easy 15 to 25 hours, especially if you try to unlock everything. That makes this title at $20 well worth it. And if you have someone else to sit down and play with either online or through the couch co-op option, pick it up and you won't regret it. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I know it's been a bit since I've released a new video, and I'm sorry about that. I had some issues with my computer, but I have worked it out thanks to Micro Center and their return policy. I will have more videos up soon. Thanks again guys. If you liked the video, you know what to do. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. It really helps us out.